What's up, fight fans? Glove Talk, episode 30. I'm here with my boy Jose, starting the podcast back up. We back at
Hello,
it
hello,
again.
hello.
Here to
We're
go
not
over,
dead.
yeah,
We're here.
we're here to go over UFC 319, Chimaev versus Dricus Du Plessis, and one of the most dominating performances I think we've ever seen in a title fight. But we'll get there. We're
hmm
gonna start here in the early prelims. The first fight we had Idris versus Morales. What'd you think about the fight there? We had Morales seeming to
Bro,
get the upset.
I apologize. I apologize to Joseph Morales so much, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound like a hot take, but I think it's gonna age like fine wine. I think if he plays his cards right, keeps winning fights, his skill set is probably the most dangerous Pantoja to face at that weight class.
Okay, that's kind of
I
that
think he's
might
the
be a
real
hot
deal.
take. Might be a little bit of a hot take there. Yeah, I think Idris came in the first round. He got that inside leg trip, but Morales, he was able to reverse it, and then it seemed like Idris couldn't reverse Morales though in the positions, but it seemed like the other way around. It seemed like Morales was able to reverse Idris in the fights, and seemed like he got tired, and then it just seemed like his coaches Idris' coaches told him to stop throwing the spinning wheel kick. He was like, or spinning elbow. He's like, stop throwing that, or maybe throw it to the body. But he ends up throwing it again, making himself more tired. And Morales really had like really good boxing in this fight as well. A thing people didn't realize too going into it that I didn't realize is that Morales had a fight against Figgy before,
Yeah.
so that experience probably helps him a lot. You fought a guy like Figueredo, you probably think you could go in there and fight anybody in the world. So
And his credentials, man. That's where, I apologize, Joseph Morales. I didn't realize how credentialed he was. Training Team Alpha Male, had Uriah Faber in his corner. Joseph Benavides trading him, man. He's a fantastic wrestler as well. I didn't realize how accomplished he was in his grappling. And dude, he showed it. Like he didn't look in danger at any point in the fight. And Idris, like even with the spinning attacks, and we'll get to that on this card. There was a lot of that. The way he like was able to time it and time his shots with the spinning attacks and just the grappling, dude. His grappling was so clean. The way he would take the back, the way he would just use his sweeps and his transitions and never panic. I like him a lot. I think he's going to be a problem at flyweight if he can keep up performances like this. Again, flyweight's a very strike heavy division. You bring in a guy that can do both, it might be a problem, dude. Like he looks good. He's young enough at 31. It's a thin enough division where I think give him one, two more fights, maybe a fight night main event at some point down the line. He's got a title shot probably in the next year if he keeps it. So
okay, yep. And then the second fight here, we had Dion Barbosa versus Kareem Silva. In a fight where they've actually fought in the regional scene before, where Barbosa actually taken the fight in the on the regional scene. And this fight here, to me, this was a robbery. This was USADA of the judges, man. Holy shit! You know how we used to say that back in the day. We need to bring that back because, to me, uh, Diane Barbosa controlled the whole fight for the first two rounds. Third round was Kareem Silva's best round, and still was a close round. So I don't know how anybody could have gave Kareem Silva 2 rounds here. I think Barbosa had a very good fight. She was good. She had better holding the range. Her jab was killer in this fight, and she just seemed more strong. She seemed more manly in this fight. Um,
yeah,
and Silva, she fought like two counter heavy to start the fight in the first 2 rounds. She was looking
yeah.
to counter. She seemed like she was confused of what was going on. And then Barbosa had that nice back take exactly. Actually, from they were standing in striking range, and she went and took her back, and it was actually really nice. But the round one bell saved her from the armbar, Kareem Silva. So
Yeah.
she should be lucky that the bell went off right there.
I always wonder. I'm like, how do judges give fighters fights from the bottom? I'd never have understood that, and that's where Karini Silva spent most of the fight was on the bottom. Granted, she was going for submissions, but she wasn't pulling them off, nor was she putting
Get up!
Get up!
and she wasn't putting Deone Barbosa really in dangerous positions other than that triangle, which I think Deone Barbosa really got out of that pretty quick. But I don't know, man. I think round two, I don't know how you give that Karini Silva. I gave the first 2 rounds to Yanni Barbosa. Round three was super close. I gave it to Karini Silva, but I wouldn't have been mad if it would have gone to Yanni Barbosa. For them to score at 29-28 all across the board, just ridiculous,
Fucking
man.
faded,
And
man. They're fucking faded for
yeah,
that.
it's bad. That was a bad decision. And then Karini Silva got mad in the post fight, got mad at the press
Bro, look
conference.
at her reaction. To her reaction wasn't even. She wasn't even looking like she thought she won the fight. And then when they announced her, she was like, "Oh, it's just because she fights with fighting nerds, you know. She's got the fighting nerds boost."
Yep. And also the odds too, minus 200. Now again, I'm not saying that has anything to do with that, but like you never know with these judges. It's just bad, dude. It was a horrible decision. I feel bad for Deani Barbosa because I think she did do enough, and it's tough when you got an opponent that is constantly trying to put subs on you. You're defending and in a dominant position, trying to inflict damage, and you still don't get a decision. I don't know what else she was supposed to do, and she defended the takedowns well. She was countering the trips and getting in dominant positions, and just I think she did everything right. It wasn't dominant, and I think that's the problem. If you're not dominant, you leave it in the judge's hands. It happens. We talk about all the time. You can't leave it in the judge's hands. You never know. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, I will say this about Green Silva. She does have a good teep kick. Her teep kick is kind of nasty.
yeah, yeah.
Her rear teep kick. And even if you look here at the stats, I mean, it doesn't even seem like what she won in the striking. She had more strikes at a higher percentage, which
Yep.
didn't really seem like it. But if you look here, Barbosa had the 3 takedowns. Um, so I don't know. I had Barbosa winning. The judges had Silva winning. Is what it is. You saw it of the refs. You saw it of the judges. That's the UFC for you. Going to the next fight, we had Edson Barbosa taking on Jakar Close. Jakar Close being able to get the decision here, unanimous decision, and pretty much in a striking battle, pretty much the whole fight. I mean, Jakar, he tried a couple takedowns, but honestly, this might have been one of the more boring fights on the card to me. I think
Yeah.
Barbosa started off strong, but typical Barbosa, he wore out and got tired. So
Yeah, I texted a friend this last night. I'm like, Edson's so washed, it's so sad, and he was just like, it should be illegal to let guys fight this long in the UFC, and I agree. I think Edson's at that Clay Guida, Diego Sanchez like precipice of like somebody's got to pull the plug on Edson, and I love Edson, but like, dude, when you can't defend right hands, and I'm not talking like right jabs, I'm talking right hand straights, that's a problem, and I think this fight did nothing for Jakar Close. Yeah, he's on a 3-fight win streak technically, but you beat a 40-year-old Edson Barbosa, and you you won 2 rounds on him. You didn't necessarily dominate. You put him in dangerous positions. You didn't finish him, and now he wants to fight Beneil again. Which, if Beneil is down for it, I don't think that's a bad fight. But I'm not a fan of giving Jakar Close such a high ranked fight after this because this fight did nothing. I think if you're going into a fight against a guy like Edson who has diminishing skills, you want to prove that the 3 losses you've had are flukes, right? You got to do more, man. You got to do more than that. It just and it seemed like Jakar wanted to push the gas, but he just was hesitant to like not get himself knocked out. He didn't want to dominate and then look foolish getting finished, right? It just it, it wasn't a good fight to me. It wasn't a good fight to me. I love Edson, but it showed me he's got to retire now. I mean, it was a nothing fight. It did nothing for nobody. I think even if Edson would have won, it really wouldn't really done anything for anybody. But
yeah, it was
oh
one
well.
of with the fight with a lot of crazy finishes. This was one of the more boring fights. Um, and also, you made this
Yeah.
point earlier before the pod. We were talking. There was no heavyweights on this card, so that's probably why the card
No.
was so good. So
Yeah, no sloppy big boy fighting. No light
yeah.
heavyweights or heavyweights, man. No Martin. Shout out Martin Boudet, but no Martin Boudet.
So going to the next fight, we had Chase Hooper. He was on the surge the last couple of fights. This fight was depending on how good you thought Hooper was going to keep on improving, taking on Alex Hernandez, and then Alex Hernandez being able to get the vicious KO over Chase Hooper, which I think I predicted Alex winning this. I just thought he's just too. He's just that next level that Chase Hooper is just not good enough right now to take on. Especially, I don't know. Chase Hooper still seems like he has like little boy strength. Still doesn't seem like he has his full man strength yet. Um, and he doesn't like getting hit too often. So and he kind of leaves his chin open to be hit. So and A Rod, and then not A Rod, Alex Hernandez. though he's not like a top tier fighter, he's still a really good fighter. He's still like a Ricky Simon.
Yep.
He's like a guy that any given night he could pull off a win against a guy like a Benio versus he could pull off a win against somebody in the top five. It's just that on most nights he probably won't, but he's good enough to do it. So Chase Hooper not being
Right.
able to get the win here. So
Yeah, and I think Chase Hooper, again, talented, but just way too soft still. Way too soft still. Chinny, kept his head up the whole time. And Alex Hernandez, for all the criticism I've given him, I got to give him credit. His training with Trevor Whitman definitely showed. It showed that he's been training with those guys up in Colorado. Like the way he countered, dude, it looks so clean. And that's the kind of elite skill I want to see out of Alex Hernandez more, where you can counter guys when they get reckless, when you can do the things that other guys can't. That's where you're going to get these wins. He wants to fight UFC Noche. Obviously, he's a San Antonio native. Be perfect for him. I think it'd be great for the UFC to get him a fight at lightweight at and San Antonio. I love that he's back at lightweight. I think welterweight was just way too big for him. I think this is the weight class for him. I don't know who you
has he
give
fought
him.
at featherweight
Lightweight's an
too?
I think he did too. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was all over the place. Those 8 losses he has on his record aren't really reflective of the fighter he is. If that makes sense. He's a talented fighter. He had Aaron Pico ish type of hype when he was coming up at first until Cowboy fought him. Like Alex Hernandez, the reason people get so frustrated with him isn't because we hate the guy as fans. It's because we're frustrated. You were supposed to be the guy. I'm not saying this fight does it, but I like what I'm seeing. I like the growth in him. He's still, what, 30, 31? I mean, dude, give him something on UFC Noche. Put him on a bigger stage, and if he can keep putting up performances like this, lightweight's a division that's opening up. So you never know what could be next for him. And as for Chase Hooper, man,
And for Chase
he's
Hooper,
either got to drop a weight class or get in the weight
Stand
room.
your base. Stand your base. The space is your space, yeah? Go ahead.
got a fucking
No
man up.
facts. No facts. Either drop a weight class or get in the weight room, dude. Because if you look that weak at 155, being that tall, that's a problem. In my
Yeah.
opinion. But
Yeah, I low-key feel like if he goes to featherweight, he'd be a fucking demon, but it might be a bad weight cut. Going to the next fight here, we had a women's MMA legend Jessica Andrade versus Lupi Gunines. Lupi Gunines, she was able to dominate the first 2 rounds very heavily, but then her typical Lupi, she kind of gassed out in the 3rd round, and Andrade really put real bad damage on her in the 3rd round, and Loki was
Yeah.
almost able to get her out of there and win the fight and steal the fight. She Loki did more damage in that 3rd round than all of the main event, but but
yeah,
that's
no,
besides
I
the point.
agree.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, Andrade is a zombie, dude.
yeah, but Lupi was able to pull it out, and I think that's a good win for her. To go through a fight like this, to show that you can survive and beat a veteran like this, a woman who's been a champ, a woman who's beat Rose, Nami Yunez, stuff like that, and high level girls. So, good win out of Lupi.
Yeah, and Lupi needed it too, coming off her two losses to Virna Jandaroba and Mackenzie Dern. Again, the first 2 rounds, you said it, dominant. The 3rd round, she showed durability. I will give her that. She definitely showed it. She has a chin. She can withstand a storm, but she had no answers for Andrade for most of that round, dude. And Andrade was just walking through her shots. And I think Jessica almost like respected her power too much to start the fight. It wasn't until the 3rd round that Jessica was kind of like, I can walk through this. I can land these shots. I think if Andrade would have come out with that, even round 2, she would have won this fight. But it's gonna go down as a W on Lupi's record. I think she'll work on it and get better from it. She definitely does need to be more persistent in looking for the finish. I think that was her problem. Is even when she had mount and stuff, it's like you gotta go look for the finish. You can't just sit there. You can't just sit there hitting little tap shots. You have to be putting pressure on it. And I think that's Lupi's problem. As tough and durable as she is, she's good at putting pressure on the feet at times, but she's caught way too much moving backwards on the feet and just not putting pressure when she has dominant ground positions. So we'll see, man. Again, like you said, it's a good win for her. She needed it. I'm interested to see what they do with her at strawweight. Honestly, it's a pretty open division right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think she needs to take a little bit of what Alexa Grasso did. Like Alexa Grasso kind of had like a
Yep.
spur where she wasn't that aggressive. She wasn't really pushing to get finishes, and then she kind of hit her little championship wave, and she's got a little bit more
Yep.
aggressive. And if Luby gets a little bit more aggressive, she can get finishes. She's a good fighter. She has good hands, good boxing. So, going to the next fight here, we had Gerald Meerschaert versus Michelle Oleksiejczuk. Oleksiejczuk with a nasty KO here, which speaks levels to how good he actually is. Because Gerald Meerschaert actually kind of made the RDR fight kind of tough. So to go in there to see the combo he was able to put on him, I mean that combo, that's a slick ass combo. It was only like a 3-punch combo too, a slick, no show
Yeah.
to it, and was able to get a mean take TKO, and he didn't even get a bonus for this. So it shows how crazy the later fights got. So. Good win out of
Right.
Michael, and it shows that him training with the fighting nerds, training with Carlos Prates is paying wonders because maybe he can go on a little spree here and pull together some wins.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think him at Fighting Nerds definitely does help. Oleg Jachuk, as always showed, he's a good fighter. It's just a matter of putting it together. I think that's what he struggled with, and like he kind of did this fight. I mean, he had good takedown defense, nasty striking, and just kept going forward. The amount of pressure this guy puts on people is ridiculous. So I think like these Polish fighters, man, they're made of steel, honestly. But to put the technical skills together for it too, and at middleweight, it's an interesting division for him. I mean, I think you got some fights you can make there, whether it's Brendan Allen or somebody of that. I think would be a good test for him as he tries to move up the rankings. But like to beat GM3 like this, I thought GM3 was going to give him a tougher fight. I thought it would have gone decision, but now he just ran right through him, man, and he did it clean. He didn't have any moments where you're like, oh, we might have a fraud here. Like, no, he showed that he's gotten better. He showed that the time in Brazil with the Fighting Nerds has changed him, and I love it. He's fully on with the team, the glasses, all that stuff, whatever. I like what they're doing with the Fighting Nerds, man. That team is special right now. I am excited to see what they do with him. Obviously, he has teammates at 185, uh, but we'll see, man. I think Ole Jacek, man, especially him coming off that fight clean and not getting hurt, he might get booked again before year's end. So
I
I'm
can see him
interested to see what
fighting in
they do.
Brazil. Why not book him for the Brazil card?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go,
Yeah, I
man.
like all of the fighting nerds besides Kareem Silva. So, yeah,
Besides who?
Kareem Silva. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, hold that fucking L. So for the next fight, we had the dude who fought in Dana White's Contender Series on a 4 days notice turns around, fights on this card on a four days notice. Ban Cigar Susarakev versus Eric Nolan. Eric Nolan actually started the fight really strong. Seemed like he was gonna get him out of there, hurting him to the body. Some strong body punches, but then the fight turned around. It seemed like after how you say this guy's name? Susakarev?
Susurkaev.
Susakarev. He landed a
Susurkaev.
mean ass
Yeah.
calf kick, and the calf kick, it
Yeah.
seemed like Eric Nolan would have got finished by it, but he toughened it out, threw a mean ass right hand afterwards just to keep the pressure off of him, and then it seemed like after that Susakarev took over the fight and was able to take him down to get the submission. But Eric Nolan, good showing. I seen Dana White, the press conference afterwards said, "You're going nowhere. We're gonna sign you as well. We're gonna keep you around." So, good on him because Eric Nolan was a good fight. It was a good fight for the first round.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, man. And Susurkaev, that round one, dude, you're a clown. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. Like the emoting. So like Eric Nolan's won titles on the regional scene. Eric Nolan's an experienced fighter, and it was his opportunity too. It wasn't like they put a trash can in front of you. No offense, a Chris Matinho, and said, "Hey, sacrificial lamb." It's like, no, this guy has earned a shot too. We're gonna put him in there with you. And shout out to Eric Nolan, dude. He looks so good round one. I am interested to see what it would have looked like if he didn't hurt his knee. I feel so bad for the guy, but also it's one of those ones in mixed martial arts where even when a guy loses, you still gain so much respect for him and you realize, hey, we got a fighter here. We got a guy that if we give him more chances, he might show us something. And Eric Nolan, man, shout out to him, man, even through the injury, fought his ass off. It's just unfortunate with the injury. And Susurkaev, listen, I saw Henry Cejudo tweeting like the future was here, this, that, whatever. Okay, cool. I guess after that, I'm not convinced at all. But like, sure, man, if you say so. So I'm interested to see what we do with Eric Nolan, man. More than Sister Kiev, honestly. I think Eric Nolan won the crowd, and also my man said, Dana don't know how to say my name, so Chicago, we gonna teach him. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Baisangur, Baisan. Brother,
I
we're
mean, he
not
did.
chanting your name.
He
It's
was
not
getting
happening,
he
bro.
was getting a lot of hype in the MMA community, so he probably thought he was a household name. But you're not there, bud. You just got here, so.
No, the crowd's chanting USA and booing you, bro. Like you're not. Nobody's gonna chant your name, bro. Like, anyways, man, it was a good fight for being this short notice. Interested to see what happens with both guys. That's two definitely hot prospects at 185, in my opinion.
Yes, sir. And then I think that does it for the prelims. Going into the main card, the main
yeah.
card started off with a banger. Tim Elliott versus Kai Sakura. Tim Elliott, coming off a couple years hiatus. Everybody knows him for having that title shot versus Demetrius Johnson, the GOAT. Going against Kai Sakura, coming off his loss, coming from one. Oh, he come from one, right? One FC.
Yeah.
Coming from one FC,
yep.
one championship, coming over, fought Pantoja, loses that, and then gets another top 15 fight here. Tim Elliott able to get the decision or the submission win here. Kai, I think he started off really good, really fast jabs to the body, but that takedown that Tim Elliott I think got at the end of the first round, and then the start of the second round, Kai Sakura kind of wasn't as willing to try to knock him out as much. And then also Tim Elliott, he was kind of like leaning in the second round. He started like leaning to a side super heavy, but Kai Sakura was worried about the takedown. So he thinking like when he's leaning, he's also going to reach for a single leg. And then while he's doing that, he's whipping an overhand right or overhand left and catching him as well. And then eventually he's able to take him back down and get the submission here. Kai Sakura is no takedown defense. No takedown defense. UFC level grappling. I think any of these guys in the top 15 could get a hold of him and grapple him. But in the stand-up, he's a problem. I think stand-up wise, he's definitely a problem. That first round, he could make it dangerous versus everybody. But as soon as you get a hold of him, you make it a full mixed martial arts fight. You could dominate him. So.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with Kai is he's only good striking going forward. When you get him going backwards, he ends up overextending, and like his takedown defense is just it's terrible, dude. It's so bad. And Tim Elliott, bro, the way he got that guillotine as well, to then flip it on the mount, keep his hand in there, fish the hand to the other, it was nasty, dude. And it shows that sometimes experience can trump the opponent, right? If the physical attributes are very similar. And like at a weight class like that, like I think it's very much a technique based weight class, dude. And no offense to Kai, like, dude, great fighter, but he's got some holes in his game. They've been exposed already in the UFC with Pantoja. And MMA Guru made a great point. It's like you're watching Demetrius Johnson's title shot in 2016 versus Pantoja's title defense in 2024. And he's like, MMA does not evolve by 300% over time. And it's true. I think a lot of times people think, oh, because this guy fought in 2024, he's better than the guy that fought in 07. And it's like, it's not necessarily how it works, man. Tim Elliott definitely had his issues and stuff, whether it was outside the octagon and translating into the octagon, his unorthodox style, right? But he showed a lot of wherewithal. And even with the striking, like Kai was hitting him, but he was doing a good job of avoiding and setting up angles and just making sure he was still in the fight the whole time. And I think Kai did a horrible job of not going forward, where you knew a shot was coming. And Tim took it. When Tim took it, I thought, oh, probably going to lay on him a little bit. Round's going to end. No, he went for it, And so I think Kai... And again, the levels of fighting from one to UFC, it's a big difference. See it with RDR, see it with all these other guys. But man, Kai's got some work to do. I think, listen, John Morales, perfect guy to put him up against. Just won the tough flyweight. Give him Kai. We'll see how good Kai really is. Because now it's like, dude, you got to prove it. You got to show how good you are.
Bro, you said you're trying to make him fight the tough finale fighter.
Bro,
that's bad
he's got to show me something. He's got to show me something, dude. Like, you've lost 2 in a row now. You got given a title shot as soon as you came in here. Come on, man. And now Tatsuro Taira has completely overtaken him when it comes to the Japanese market. So congratulations, man.
I mean, I think Tatsuro Taira is a better flyweight anyway. So,
Yeah, I agree.
but I think they low-key might give him the Tatsuro Taira fight. They love Kaya Segura for some reason. His market pull is just so big, or I guess it was. I don't know how big it is now. They say it's big over there, and I don't really see it. I don't really see that many fans of him, UFC fans here in the States, but they say his fandom is big. But I think Kaya Sakura. First of all, you got to improve your grappling, your takedown defense, being able to get up when you get taken down, and avoid and then your submission defense as well. And then in the stand up, I think he likes to set up counter traps, like traps for you to come in and then him to counter you. But I think he needs to do better with feints and coming forward, stuff for coming forward, because I feel like every time he was coming. Like, yeah, he's fast, he's quick, but I feel like every time he comes forward, he's coming, So, but he's good at baiting you to come at him and then countering. Yeah, I know, that's kind of sus. Pause on that.
Pause, bro.
Pause on that. How old are you, man? What the hell? Come on, man.
My fault.
We're unks, bro. Stop acting like we're in high school. We're unks now. And the next fight, oh my God, we were saved by the grace of God, bro. Thank you, MVP. Shout out to MVP.
I don't think about it that way. Back on.
Shout out to MVP, bro. He was
Tell me
able
my mom's basement again.
to beat
Tell me I
Jared.
live in my mom's basement again.
Yeah, shout out to Jared Cannonier's White Knights. Hold that fucking L. Shout out to MVP, able to get the decision win on Jared Cannonier, outclassing him here in every round besides the third round, where Jared Cannonier just decided to be a blanket for a whole round. Which I was actually scared, because Jared Cannonier has some mean ass ground and pound, some mean ass elbows. So I mean, we all saw what he did to Derek Brunson. So what the hell? What's up with the glasses, bro?
I don't think about it that way. Back on.
Yeah. That's all you want to defend your boy. I think he's your friend. I tried to tell you, he wasn't gonna get close to MVP, and he didn't. The only time he took him down was when MVP got close to him and got reckless. Okay. I tried to tell you he couldn't fight inside. And it's true, even when he clinched, he did nothing to MVP. But he's answering normally in the press conferences, when he's saying target acquired. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't think about it that way. Why would you ask that question? But I'm the problem. This is a 41-year-old man who gets defensive when he's asked normal baseline questions about the professional sport he's paid professional money to compete in. And he got beat by a guy who fights 15 pounds lighter than him and probably weighed about 15 to 20 pounds less on fight night. I want to hear absolutely nothing from all the Jared Cannonier stands in the comments, okay? I want you to go back to your body pillows of your waifus, you weebs. Go sit in your basement, bro, and talk to me, okay? When Jared Cannonier actually pushes the pace and finishes someone dominantly again. Oh, wait, he's 41. Going to be 42 in March. Not ever happening. Hold that L.
Yeah, how does Jared Cannonier, a guy who used to be a heavyweight, get manhandled and thrown by MVP, who fights at welterweight? MVP looks stronger than him. I mean, Jared Cannonier was good at being a blanket, but besides that,
he was hitting crossovers on him, bro. He's literally hitting crossovers on him.
And I don't even. And then also, the thing about MVP striking that's so good is that he's coming when you come to take that first step. So, and then the way he bounces, so when he makes that collision happen, but the way he's bouncing is that his collision comes at a crazier and harder velocity than yours. So you take that first step. As soon as that first step comes, right when he times that first step to land, boom, that's when he gets explosion. And then he right hand, and then off the angle, and he counters something else. It's fucking crazy, man. This guy, his striking might be. I seen people saying they want to see him fight Izzy. That'd be the fight I would want to see, but it's definitely not gonna happen. But I also seen people saying it might be boring. It could also be boring. So.
Yeah, he did say he wants Carlos Prates in Brazil after tonight at welterweight. So, I mean, I'd be down for that. I'd love that. Listen, MVP, this is what I try to tell. And I'm glad that MVP called himself out after the fight and said he got a little bit too reckless. He needs to work on it. Jared's strong and all this stuff, whatever. Which, like, all jokes aside, Jared is a huge middleweight. And Jared definitely that third round had me worried a bit. I think he didn't put on enough pressure though with the ground and pound. So credit to MVP in that, like he was good defensively. MVP is good defensively grappling. The problem is Cannonier's just such a bigger guy. And I think after that fight, you have to put him back down at 170 just because. Like, I think MVP is just not big. If you would take a year off to put on muscle.
Nah, bro.
cool, he's
Chimaev's
38.
the champ. Chimaev's the champ, bro. There's no point, bro. It's a waste of time.
Exactly. That too. So it's like, I think 170, have him fight Carlos Pratas. I think that's going to be great in Brazil.
I don't want that for Prates, though,
MVP
bro.
's-
That might be tough for Prates. I don't know, though. We'll see.
It's the price you got to pay, man. That's the price you got to pay.
Yeah, I'm so happy he won this fight. This fight, saves our fucking channel. I don't know. I was seeing that when they were in the clinch though, when Jared did have against the cage, he was trying to get him with the elbow. He was trying to set up an elbow against the cage, but MVP, he's really good at controlling the wrists, controlling the hands, and just making you, worry about him,
Yep.
Getting loose.
Yep.
You got to
Yep.
worry about controlling him the whole time. So MVP's a fucking dog, man.
That's one thing I forgot about one of the fights you talked about. Oleg Jashuk said he wants Vitorianek. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that a lot for him.
Yeah, he probably gets destroyed, but I'll stand him though for that fight. And the next fight, shout out to the Fighting Nerds. You see us, we got our Fighting Nerds glasses on right now. Shout out to the Fighting Nerds. Carlos Prates able to get a mean spinning elbow KO over Jeff Neal. Oh my God, solidifying the bonus, solidifying a spot on the UFC Brazil card. Probably co-main, unless they put like Renato Moicano on that card, but he's a bigger name than Moicano. He's a bigger name than Moicano. So, and yeah, I don't know. Honestly, Prates. He kind of did what JDM did, but JDM did it with boxing. He kind of like mixed karate sliding, like sliding in and out.
Yeah.
With boxing, but Prates did it with Muay Thai. Like the way he slides with his feet, mixes it with the Muay Thai, and his weapons to be able to hurt. Because Muay Thai has the most dangerous. I think has the most dangerous weapons in MMA in terms of creating violence, creating damage. But it just leaves you open to getting attacked right back. And you mix in some of the karate stance with it, some of that karate point style fighting, and it's fucking dangerous, man. JDM, he was able to do it against Bilal. And I think I saw Prates doing it a little bit here against Jeff Neal, that sliding, mixing it with another martial art a little bit. I don't know what you think about
No, I agree 100%. I think a big problem with fighters like Jeff Neal, and it's a big problem in MMA. Jared Cannonier kind of has the same problem we saw with the MVP fight. Guys that fight too much with their feet kind of like uniform in a sense of like they're just going step, step, step. And it's just so heavy on the lead leg. Guys like Carlos Prates and all these Muay Thai guys, man. RDR does it too, but even Alex Pereira too, Piotr Jan, right? These guys kind of have like a Muay Thai / karate mix in there where it's like they're so light on the front foot where when they kick they have no tell. When they throw elbows, you don't know where it's coming from because they're sliding at you instead of stepping, setting, and then throwing. It's nasty, dude. And for Carlos Prates to be with the Fighting Nerds, like that team is an elite group of guys that pushes each other. You need to have sparring partners that are elite level. You can't be the best fighter in your gym. And if you are, you need to be pushed every single day. I think it's the perfect gym for him because you see in this fight, like Carlos Prates, man, just push the gas. Jeff Neal had no answers for him at all, which I've never seen Jeff Neal get that until maybe like Shavkat round 3 or something. But like, dude, it looks so good. The finish was clean. He was confident in it. He has the personality as well. Man's drinking and smoking cigarettes at the press conference, saying he's not stopping drinking until tomorrow, Monday.
People
Like,
forget, man. He was a marauder.
He's a marauder.
He's insane. I love Carlos Prates, man. He called out Leon in Brazil. I don't want to see that. I want to see MVP versus him. I don't want to see him and Leon. I think he beats Leon. I'm not doubting him being Leon. I just don't want to see Leon. I'm just being honest. I just don't want to see Leon. And I think Carlos Prates, if he does fight Leon, murk Leon in a round.
I think
he's that good.
what separates Practice from a lot of these other guys is just the amount of weapons he has. He has the teep, he has the elbows, he has the knees, he has the jab. He has pretty much every weapon you want in striking. Actually, I haven't really seen him throw any question mark kicks, but he has that.
And he's long.
Yeah.
He's so long for that weight class, dude.
Yeah. So besides like a question mark kick, he's got like every fucking weapon. He uses them all too. So and he
Kicks hard, dude.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He set him up with that
The way
elbow
he lands
too.
leg
Mean.
kicks. Ugh.
He set him up with that elbow because he realized that Jeff
Yeah.
Neal. I seen a little bit after the press conference or post fight press conference. He was saying that after Jeff Neal hit him with the first punch, he realized that all this Jeff Neal power stuff wasn't really true. That he didn't really feel like he had that much power. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna try to knock him out now. Set him up with a mean spinning elbow. Saw that he kept going only forward and back. He doesn't really go off to the side angles that much. Jeff Neal is really just a forward and backwards fighter. Yeah, I don't know. Jeff Neal needs I don't know, maybe get knocked back down a little bit, fight like a guy like in 15 or below. I don't know, get like a free win here because they just give him they throw him to the fucking wolves, and that damage is just not gonna be good to him. I think it's gonna add up to where he's a good fighter. He can be in there in the mix, but if they keep giving you the best of the best prospects, that damage is gonna add up, and you're just gonna keep looking worse than what you are. Like kind of like a Tony Ferguson. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like Tony Ferguson eventually got bad, but at first he wasn't that bad. He was just getting fucking Justin Gaethje, fucking the top killers, you know. So Charles
I think
Oliveira.
Jeff Neal has a bit of Jamal Hill going on where his legs are gone, and you can see that he's just so much slower than the guys he's fighting on it. Where his hands are still there, but if your bottom half of your body can't react quick enough to create those angles and to match the footwork of your opponent, this is what happens. We seen it with Jamal after Jamal's Achilles injury. Jeff Neal had I think it was knee or leg problems. I know he had injuries after the Wonder Boy fight, and you've seen the result of it, where guys that are so reliant on their striking with their hand, once their legs are gone, good luck, you know. Whereas like a Jose Aldo, who's complete in both, even when his legs get injured, can still fight, can still do the Muay Thai stance, can still slide a bit. Because that's the thing with sliding. What Piotr Jan, all these guys do, and Prates, it's like even when you have injuries, your body may be more compromised as time goes on, you still retain a lot of your speed because you're sliding instead of stepping. I think for Jeff Neal, he has to have a dramatic style change if he's going to get wind in the top 15 at welterweight, because his style now, his head's a sitting duck, dude. He's just so much slower than guys, and I don't think the power is there. I think Prates has a point. I don't think his power is there as much as people think it is. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, and then going into after that, crazy spinning elbow knockout. We got one right after that. I don't know when we ever got. Have we ever got back-to-back spinning elbows like that? Like in big top main event fights, you know?
No.
Fights that dictate so much in divisions. So
Nope.
the next fight we had Lerone Murphy, you know, flatlining Aaron Pico with a mean, vicious spinning elbow. And this one was a setup. This was just pure setup. He feinted the exit. He seen that Aaron Pico kept trying to cut him off, and he was trying to be aggressive with his cutoffs as well. Set him up with a fake like he was about to exit to the left, and then just threw the elbow instead. And fucking Aaron Pico tried to cut him off. He tried to pre-cut him off and got fucking flatlined, bro. Holy shit. That's probably one of the meanest KOs I've ever seen. And for Lerone Murphy, that's something he definitely needed to get, because he didn't really have a big name, you know, in the UFC. He's just known by us, you know, people who watch everything and watch all the stuff. But for the casuals, they don't really know who Lerone Murphy is. And plus, he's from the UK. He's not an American soil guy. So a big win to get on American soil in Chicago. Aaron Pico looked good at first. I think Aaron Pico is going to be good in a division. I just think he needs to work on feints. He needs to worry about whether he wants to be in on the wrestling or if he wants to be striking. You know, he's kind of in the in-between distance, and he's not deciding whether he wants to throw hands or wrestle, and he's getting caught going to wrestle while a guy's throwing a punch, and he's getting knocked out. And it's there in the tape, man. It's easy to see. It was easy to see, you know, from the get-go. I thought from the first couple exchanges, I was like, oh, he's going to get caught with something, so.
Dude, listen, first off, all respect to Lerone Murphy. He is making the most of his opportunity now. Volk said he wants that fight in December. He's earned it.
Give it to him.
I mean, Give it to him.
Well,
Aaron
I
Pico,
just
man,
watched the
he looked-
Volk reaction video of the fight card, and he said that the UFC doesn't want to make the Mozart fight. So we already know who it's going to be
I
now.
don't blame them. I don't blame them. I think this is the fight to make. Lerone versus Volk. Absolutely. Listen, Pico looked good in the first round. Didn't look dominant, but he looked good.
Yeah.
I think there were moments that Aaron definitely could have done more, especially when he had top control on the ground. He could have done so much more. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he was letting him get back up. And he had the size advantage on Lerone, surprisingly, and he definitely was stronger than Lerone. I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. But then that elbow, man. People, when a guy is up against a cage, right, and you are trying to level change, or reacting to feints, whatever, you dip your head. When you close distance, you always dip your head. When you close distance, you always aim right at their stomach or right at their waist. You want to keep your head off that middle plateau line, so that way you're not catching a strike coming either straight at you or sideways like a spinning elbow. Now, that's why you aim for the waist and the stomach kind of off to the side, so you also don't catch a knee. I don't know what Aaron was doing. Like, you watch the replay, and it gets worse and worse as to how naked and open his chin was for that elbow. Because he ate the feint and went just straight to the side. Didn't dip, didn't nothing, just went, "Hey, I'm at your shoulder. Oh, I'm dead." Like, and again, I'm not saying I know everything, but it's like, that's basic. When you are, especially up against a cage, if it's a middle of the octagon, I'd give him probably a little bit more grace. But he's up against the cage. Dip your head and just drive into him. What are you doing keeping up at his shoulder level? What was Aaron Pico's plan?
He didn't know if he was either going to shoot a takedown or throw an overhand right there. He didn't decide what he wanted to do.
Yeah, let's say Lerone Murphy doesn't land that elbow. Okay, let's say he just doesn't throw anything when Aaron goes like that to the side. What was Aaron's plan then? You then have I'm fault. You then have him this close to you, right? This close to you. What's your plan then? You got your hands down, no guard. He's got his hands down, no guard, and now you're like this because you decide to feint straight sideways instead of, hey, if I'm closing distance, I have to throw a strike or I have to shoot. It was just bad. It's bad IQ. It's one of those things where I love Aaron Pico to death, but this is what happens to him when he loses fights, man. He does it to himself. And I'm not taking away from Lerone Murphy. That was a fantastic strike. He set it up, did his thing, but Pico put himself in that spot. Pico was winning the round. Pico had the more dominant positions throughout the round. Even Lerone, hardest couple minutes he's ever had to start a fight. But man, this is why Lerone Murphy is who we think he is. You have to show your level. There's levels to this game, and Lerone Murphy keeps showing it and getting better. Hey, Lerone Murphy's a point fighter. He doesn't finish guys. He just did. I'm gonna shut up now. You know what I'm saying? So
I like Lerone Murphy ever since he destroyed Josh Emmett. I didn't think that was a point fight. He destroyed Josh Emmett.
Yeah, I like him too. I just had knocks on him where it's like, hey, he doesn't finish guys, point fights or whatever. Like, he doesn't really hit hard. Yeah, I take that away. Dude, this guy is good. His IQ is fantastic. He put Aaron Pico in a position where he made him desperate. And again, even with the grappling, good defensive grappling, made Aaron Pico really have to work for those positions. So, and he also, dude, he was hitting him a bit on the feet. Like, I know Pico had the body shots, but Lerone was kind of hitting him too.
Aaron Pico has so many openings. Like, I'm not trying to act like I know everything, but from what I've seen, when I saw, like, he makes the fight super dangerous, but he also has crazy amount of takedowns. And also, he's talking so much about his wrestling, but Lerone Murphy was able to get up from the one takedown that he did get. So if your wrestling is that good, you're doing what Hamza did at DDP in the main event. So, and that's the next fight we're talking about here. Go to our main event here, and also give Lerone Murphy the title shot. Honestly, I got Lerone Murphy beating Volk. Early hot take.
Yeah, I did too.
You did too?
I love Volk, but I did too.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Hot take here, the Glove Take Podcast.
I love Volk, dude. Volk's chinny now. Volk leaves exchanges with his head on the center line, chin out. Lerone is catching him. That's just my take.
I just think Lerone is better at point fighting, and he's going to frustrate Volk, and then when Volk tries to come in and grapple and grab him, he's going to catch him, bro, like with some elbows.
Yeah.
Something. Lerone Murphy has good game planning, man. That's what I realized the last couple of fights. Going to the main event here, might have been the most might have been the most dominant fucking main event we've ever seen, championship fight we've ever seen. Hamzat Chimaev, in my opinion, getting at least 3 10-8 rounds, multiple crucifix positions on DDP. And I just think here DDP's game plan going into the fight probably wasn't the best. It seemed like just based on going back to the corner round by round with his coaches and talking with his coaches, seemed like they just wanted to survive like 1 or 2 rounds and then really bring the fight to him afterwards. But by then they were down by so much. Chimaev burned so little energy. He had so by the time 2 rounds were done, right? He's up 2 10-8 rounds, and he has basically a 3 round fight, and he has 100% energy basically. So you're basically fighting a 3 round fight at this point and down 2 10-8 rounds. So Chimaev just dominating the whole fight. And then 5th round, Drake has had an opportunity to get a guillotine, loses position. He could have just kept position there. I think you just try to keep position there, try to get a finish versus trying to go for that. But I don't know. This revealed a lot about Dricus' grappling, and I don't think anybody could beat Hamzat for a long time. The only person I can see giving him a competitive fight is RDR and Fluffy. So, in my opinion,
And I'll get to that. You said what I was gonna say, and then, but I'll get to that. But first off, congratulations to Hamzat, finally fulfilling the potential that everybody put on him when he got to the UFC. I don't want to take anything away from Hamzat. He dominated. But Dricus, what were you doing? What were you training for? What were you doing in training? Like, I have so many questions now of Dricus where, listen, Hamzat didn't finish him. And that's probably the only knock I have on the fight. Hamzat should have finished. He just should have. And DDP had no answers for him. And I'm like, why, though? Did you not have no answers for him? Like, and again, he's never faced a grappler of Hamzat's level, but he wasn't stuffing takedowns correctly. He wasn't defensively grappling correctly. All the things where it's like, if you're going into a fight, fighting a grappler of that caliber, you would think you would train with guys or do some kind of training that prepares you for it. I had no indication of that at all last. It's so frustrating to watch. It was frustrating to watch, honestly. Like, after the third round especially, I'm just sitting there like, dude, what am I...
It wasn't really boring. I don't know. It wasn't really boring. I can't really say boring.
It wasn't boring.
Borderline boring. It was just like the whole, because there's also the crucifix. The crucifix is entertaining to watch. Somebody have such a dominant position like that and just be able to just punch him in the face like that, make him look like a little child. And then the 5th round was entertaining, but there was a lot of people complaining saying it was boring. But I would say if Hamzat goes out and does every fight like this, it might be a little boring, but I don't know.
Yeah, but it was, to me, it wasn't boring. It was just more infuriating, and not because of Hamzat. It was more infuriating because of DDP, because like he just kind of sat there and took it until the very end of the 5th round when it's too little, too late, and even then Hamzat still finished on top. That's the crazy part. Like, so moving on. Right, because now DDP, Lord knows what they're going to do with him. I honestly don't know what they're going to do with him booking-wise. It's such a mess now that he lost, right? Hamzat wants to do Abu Dhabi. Dana said he's on board. Cool. RDR, I think, is the fight to make. And Sean Strickland, you may never watch this. I know you're going to be pissed at this. I don't care. RDR is the fight to make. Because if you fight Hamzat's doing the same thing to you. Let's just be honest. RDR might have the same thing happen, but RDR can grapple. I trust more RDR on the ground to give me something.
And the knees might be a factor against Hamzat.
Yes, the knees, the length, and the grappling gives me more of a hope. Where even if it's a little dam against a tsunami, it's more resistance than what DDP put up. Same thing with Fluffy. I think Fluffy puts up better resistance than DDP. I'm not saying these guys beat Hamzat, but now is the perfect time to challenge Hamzat. He's 31. We don't know how long we're going to be able to get Hamzat at this peak level. I'm not saying he's falling off tomorrow, but that's just the honest to God truth of champions, right? You don't know how long you're going to get. Make the fights we need to make to see who this guy is. Strickland, you've had your chances, dude. You've had your chances. DDP fight left a bad taste in everyone's mouth because you did nothing. I don't want that. I want either Fluffy or RDR, have them fight Hamzat. Let's see who Hamzat really is when he has a guy that actually challenges him. Which to this point in the UFC, no one. The only time he ever got challenged was in Gilbert's guard for like a minute, and then maybe Kamaru's takedown defense. Maybe. So, either way, man, DDP should be very disappointed. This reminds me of when Strickland lost to DDP, and Eric Nixick was calling out Sean for the way he fought. I think his coaches should be doing the same thing because as dominant as Hamzat is, you gave him that fight. You laid down and just took it.
Welterweights gave him a tougher fight than you. Welterweights.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. What did he train for, Devon? I'm honestly, like, I don't know what he trained for.
I literally think his game plan was to let Hamzat do whatever he wanted the first 3 rounds and then try to finish him. That's literally what I thought his game plan was.
He wasn't getting tired. You got to tire the guy out.
Yeah, you got to make him fight for the positions.
Gone, bro. Yeah. After watching that fight, Hamzat could have done that 3-4 more times, bro. 3-4 more 5-round fights he could have had last night. It's insane the cardio he has now. Like, shout out Sam Calavita. I don't know what work you put him through, but dude, to have a guy in your back like that over and over and over and over, and then he's going in the side set, not even side control. More people need to watch what Hamzat did. When you get the side, don't go side control. Go side saddle. Because side saddle, I control your whole upper body. You have to buck, and when you buck, I can crucifix you. Genius. You know, like, it was dominant. I don't know what's going to happen at middleweight now. All I know is Hamzat is king. Everyone bow down to Hamzat.
He's king for a long time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just based on the rankings, Imavov is ranked number 1. Barahi was ranked up there. I think you have to do the winner of that fight to title shot.
Yeah.
But I think you do, in the meantime, just do Fluffy versus RDR in the meantime, and the winner of that right after that. So.
But he wants to fight in Abu Dhabi, though, which.
Yeah, he's going to end up fighting Strickland. They're going to end up giving him Strickland, man. Like, let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest here.
How do you think that ends?
I mean, I don't care. I mean, at least it'll be entertaining leading up to it. But I think, I don't know. I don't see anybody being Hamzat. I don't see Hamzat losing until, say, Ankalaev beats Pereira. I think Hamzat moving up to try to fight Ankalaev is the only, tough fight he could have right now. So,
which I think he kills Ankalaev.
I don't think he kills Ankalaev. I really don't. I think that's the toughest fight for him, and I think that's the toughest fight for him in the UFC. Besides like
striking wise, maybe, but Ankalaev's defensive grappling is
Ankalaev's a beast, man.
I like him, but his defensive grappling, I think Hamzat kills him.
Yeah. So I don't know. So we both said who we think Hamzat should fight next. Well, I think he should fight Imavov, Brahlia winner. You think he should fight RDR right away, right?
I think he should fight the winner of Imavov. Kyle is just the way the timeline works. He's probably gonna have to fight someone else before.
Yeah, and then I say you have Dricus fight the loser of RDR Fluffy. Or have him do a rematch versus Izzy since Sean Strickland won't give him the rematch. Or have him fight Paulo Costa. Oh, Dricus Paulo Costa. That's my call right there. I want to fight Dricus. I want to see Dricus.
5-round fight, please.
Yeah.
5-round fight, yep.
I want Dricus Paulo Costa. So, and then going to the co-main, Lerone Murphy, obviously, give him the title shot, of course. And then let's see, for Aaron Pico, let's go to the rankings. Let's see who they can give him. Because they want to give him another ranked fighter. For sure.
As they should. Yeah.
I say give him Dan Ige. Or Dan Ige, yeah. Or Yusuf Zalal.
Yeah, gatekeeper.
Nah,
yeah,
Dan Ige is better. Yeah, Dan Ige is better. So.
Yeah, and he's a gatekeeper. I mean.
Ooh, Arnold Allen would be a banger. Arnold Allen.
Yusuf Zalal would probably be a good fight too for him.
Yeah, I just don't want that. I just don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit at all. That shit just sounds terrible to me. And then
Arnold Allen needs a fight.
And then I'm saying Arnold Allen versus fucking Pico would be a banger.
Yeah. I can see it.
And then I think for the MVP Jared fight, I don't know, fucking fight Roman Kopylov, Brandon Allen. I can see like a Jared Cannonier Brandon Allen fight. And then MVP. Give him back. Give him that Carlos Prates fight. Even though I'm scared for Prates to do that fight, it would be a
Right.
good fight. It'd sell. UFC Brazil. So what do you think? Who do you think they should fight next?
I'm with you on all of them. I think MVP should definitely fight Prates. Cannonier Allen. I don't want to see that at all. I have zero interest in looking at that. Brendan Allen's just too exciting of a fighter to me to fight a guy like Cannonier. I promise it isn't personal, guys. It's just Jared it's snooze fest every time he fights.
Yeah. And
No, man. Yeah. And then Pico Arnold Allen's perfect. Now you're a flyweight. Okay, this is the one that I want to hear your take on.
I think Kaira Sakura, Bruno Silva is perfect. Both off of 2 losses. They both were good prospects that seem to not be pulling it together. So I think you do Kaira Sakura, Bruno Silva. That's the fight to make.
Tim Elliott, Kai Kara France.
Or Steve Erceg.
Yeah, we need to talk about.
Honestly,
Steve
let's be honest,
Erceg
bro.
too,
They're gonna
'cause
do
that
like,
guy,
let's be
man.
honest. They're gonna do Tim Elliott versus Asu. They're gonna do like Tim Elliott versus Asu. Let's be honest. They're not gonna give Tim Elliott one of the.
What they give Morales? Give Morales.
Bro, don't
Rank fight.
don't do it
Why
like
not?
that. Why
He
you
won
like
tough.
you like
He-
Morales so
He won
much?
tough.
He won tough.
bro.
That means he won. He won a
looked-
competition
he
to
looked
get into the
so
UFC.
good.
He's not that good, bro. Come on now.
Bro, look at his pedigree though. And it's flyweight. It's flyweight. Bro.
Exactly, it's flyweight.
If
He's
it was
gonna
in
get
your
fucked up.
division, I'd be like, yeah.
Flyweight's fucking. I mean, flyweight's not exciting, but we're talking about technicality here. Flyweight's probably the hardest division, skill wise. Like, come on now. Look at
the
Kai,
rest of these
Kai
fights,
Sakura
man,
just
oh my
fought
God.
number fucking what? Tim Elliott was what, 11? And he got fucking
11.
destroyed.
11.
Come on now. Kai Sakura. This is a guy who's destroying people in other organizations. Come on. And honestly, I don't really care about whoever the other people fight. I don't give a fuck. Maybe like Michelle, I would like him to get on the
I
UFC
want
Brazil card.
Ola Jashuk versus Vittori, I think would be a good fight.
Yeah, bro. I
Let
feel like
him
Vittori,
out.
Vittori fucking jabs him, but I'm gonna be rooting for him for that
I think
fight.
Ola Jashuk knocks him out.
So I guess I want to talk about this. So let's talk about some of the most dominant UFC fights of all time, championship fights of all time, and where you would rank them. So on my list, I think this goes number 3 on my list. I think Volk Max 3 is number 2 on my list.
Okay.
Just because of the level, the guy you dominating, right? Drakus is good, right? But Max Holloway's Hall of Fame, legends of the sport, and the domination he did, and it was in the stand-up as well. And then, obviously, like, I would give the first one that Amanda Nunes destruction win against, what was the girl's name? Fuck. What was the girl's name?
Felicia Spencer, I think.
Yeah, Felicia Spencer. And then four close. I put the Shevchenko Lerone Murphy because she. Honestly, Amanda Nunes could have 1 through 5 if you really want to talk about it.
No, yeah, because what was the other one? The Amanda Nunes.
the Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson.
Megan Anderson.
Yeah.
Megan Anderson. Yeah. One I put up there, even though he didn't win, but hear me out. Chael Sonnen, Anderson Silva won. Because Chael Sonnen destroyed Anderson Silva for 24 and a half minutes until 30 seconds left in the fight. And I'm talking destroyed. Like, to the people who want to say, oh, Silva was untouchable. Silva's one of my favorite ever. He got destroyed by Chael until he put that triangle up. I think that's one of mine, at least.
Oh, you could even say the last Nunes versus Juliana Pena fight.
Yeah, that.
But even Pena at least had moments. She had like submission attempts in that fight.
Not the second one. The first one she did, not the second one. No, the second one she got there you could have put in a couple 10-7 rounds in there.
Yeah,
in my
honestly,
opinion.
but I'd put this number 3, bro, because this shit was crazy. He fucking, because it's,
Oh man,
I'm talking about Drake has had no answers for him, bro. He got put in the crucifix like 4, 5, 6
Dominant.
times.
let's see, dominant title performances. I think I want to put a John Jones one in there, but
No.
if I would, oh yeah, John DC won. Sorry, John DC.
I mean,
won.
obviously, like finishing a guy is dominant. Oh yeah, that is because he beat him in his own game. Like he wrestled him up. Yeah, that's a good
Oh,
one.
John DC won. Like he had nothing for him.
That's like if DDP would have
actually-
came in this fight and like out wrestled Chimaev, you know,
Yeah.
type shit.
I think John DC one is up there. John Rampage is up there too. Rampage had nothing for him that fight either. Oh gosh, what am I doing? Cain Velasquez JDS 2 and 3. He
Oh.
made Junior Joseph, dude. He
You
killed
saying
him
that now, bro?
2 fights.
You just reminded me of Jose Aldo, Peter Yan,
Oh,
Justin Gaethje, Tony Ferguson.
oh, Gaethje first. Oh,
Yeah, Gaethje Ferguson was nasty, bro.
Gaethje Ferguson is so similar to Kane JDS, man. Where like those guys just don't look the same ever again after that fight. They're just. But Hamzat was a different kind of dominant. It didn't have the damage, I think. of these
Figueiredo,
other ones, but it was
Benavidez.
just- Yeah, we watched the man die that day.
Yeah, Megan Olivia had to
I
watch
thought
her
he was
husband.
dead. I
Fucking,
thought he was dead when he got choked out. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That was insane. Habib had dominant ones, but they weren't for the title. All his dominant fights were pre-title, like dominant.
like obviously, like going in the
Oh.
finish is dominant. A first round knockout, like a first round submission, that's dominant. But this is like sustained. Like I'm better than you for
Yeah,
5 rounds. The only reason you're
Yep.
here still is because I'm lit. Like, because I'm not trying to risk it, you know. But I'm better than you, you know.
Yeah.
Like I turned this mixed martial arts fight into a single martial art fight type shit, you know. Like
Stipe Ngannou won.
you think so?
There too. Stipe just owned him that whole fight.
Yeah, that's a good. But I would have put that super high. But that's like a
Wouldn't
one
be
that's like
super high,
border.
it's one-
It's like a border one, yeah.
I think Ngannou Stipe 2 is dominant for a different reason because Ngannou wrestled and then just killed him and was like, "Hey, everybody, shut up! I can
Yeah.
grapple now."
Yeah, that is a good one too. Usman
there-
Masvidal one.
Usman Woodley.
Usman
would put up
Woodley.
there,
Yeah,
actually.
Usman Woodley. Yeah. facts,
Usman
yeah,
Woodley.
That's a good
Oh
show.
my gosh, I remember watching that. I'm like, am I seeing Tyrone Woodley get out wrestled? Like, am I dreaming?
Oh, Tyron
Uh,
Woodley was fucking dog shit. Let's be honest, bro.
He had his moments. I think the problem with Tyron is he got too full of himself, and it just when he got to the fights, he just fought so boring because he just wanted to get in, get out. He didn't want to risk losing, which you have to. I mean, if you're gonna be champion, you gotta put it out.
What
there,
about
you know?
how high would you put Alex Pereira versus Yuri / Jamal Hills?
Ooh, that's up there. That
I look you would
Yeah.
put Alex Yuri 2 up there.
two, yeah. I put the second one. Alex Yuri 2 for sure. Jamal Glover, kind of.
Yeah, but that would be a
'Cause
border. That would be a border one because Glover at least Glover did have some good moments, but I mean Glover had way better moments against Yuri though, which
Oh,
is
what am I-
weird.
Max Holloway, Jose Aldo.
Max Holloway, Jose Aldo, yeah, he destroyed him both times.
Dude, he.
What
you
about
could
Jan
put,
Blachowicz, Glover?
Ooh, yeah.
Glover
Yeah.
fucked him up.
There's that one. Max, no, not Max.
Vote Korean
You
Zombie.
could put Volkorean Zombies, the one I was thinking of. Yep. Volkorean Zombies up there. They're just, dude, but that's the thing. We say this, but it doesn't happen as often as people think. These dominant title fights. Like,
Yeah, and I
We're
think
going
the
back in the
Chimaev one's a
archives.
whole different level. This shit's like,
yeah, we're going in the archives, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this right here, this is a good exercise to do, actually, now that I think about it. But, yeah, no, there's been some fights, man, in the UFC just for title where kind of not like Chimaev yesterday, but similar to that, where it's just like you're like, why is this guy here? You
Yeah.
know?
Oh, Whaley versus fuck, the Brazilian chick. Oh fuck, what's her name? Lemos. Amanda Lemos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think Whaley Lemos is actually that's a low key that's up there. She fucking destroyed Amanda Lemos for 5
Yeah,
rounds.
Like,
Kind of like the Chimaev
Demetrius-
fight. She had her in the crucifix and shit the whole fight.
Demetrius Johnson, Ray Borg.
Oh yeah, that was.
I know everybody remembers the flying armbar, but
that
DJ
adds
was
to
killing
it.
him.
Yeah, that's to
Yeah,
it for
DJ
sure.
was killing him. GSP. There
Honestly,
were a couple-
GSP didn't
actually,
have any.
G-
He didn't have any
he
crazy
did.
dominant.
GSP Matt Hughes,
performances.
he did. GSP Matt Hughes 2 was dominant. GSP Carlos Condit, minus the one moment everyone Condit almost finishing the fight, destroyed Carlos Condit, dominated him. There's a couple of GSP ones, man. Anderson's the one that Anderson Forrest Griffin, walk away knockout, disgusting. Anderson Yushin Okami. Anderson
Forrest Griffin
Vitor
was fucking
Belfort.
dog shit. Let's be honest, bro.
No.
my God. Forrest Griffin's
That's
a
revisionist
fucking-
history. That's revisionist history.
He's
bro.
dog shit, bro. He's a weird liberal now. Fuck him.
That's revisionist history. He was a good fighter for his time. He definitely did lose a higher talent, but he was tough as nails. And Anderson just mopped the floor with him. I mean, he was just ducking, weaving, hitting the walkaway jab.
John Jones, Thiago Santos.
No, because Thiago had that first round where he actually did good, and then he hurt his knee, and he still put up a fight. Oh, John Jones, Anthony Smith. What are we doing? Yeah.
Anybody
yeah.
versus Anthony. Every single Anthony Smith fight.
Anyway.
I'm not gonna
Shout
lie.
out Lionheart,
I
man.
hate Anthony Smith. I'm the biggest Anthony Smith hater. Honestly, I hate Anthony Smith more than Jared Cannonier.
I don't think about it that way. Back on.
Anyways, get into. I think you wanted to talk about
guys.
some. You wanted to talk about the PFL card.
Yeah, so there's a couple fights coming up, people that and obviously there's the Shanghai card with Johnny Walker and Zhang. Yay. I'm more interested in Aljo versus
Brian Ortega.
Brian Ortega's co-main. I
This should
think
be the
that's-
main. What the fuck?
This should be the main. And hey, right below it, I like that fight. Waldo, my boy Waldo Cortez Acosta, and Sergey Pavlovich.
Yeah, this
think
fight's
that's gonna
better
be
than the main too.
Quick fight. It's gonna be a quick fight, a good fight. Borja Sumudarji's okayish fight. I'm not a huge fan of it. Don't care about the Kiefer Crosby fight. Don't care about the Gage Young fight. Loner Kavanaugh, Charles Johnson.
Oh, Lorna Kavanaugh might get
I li-
upset, bro.
yeah, I like
Ah,
that fight.
yeah, that's man. I like Lorna
like that
Kavanaugh
fight.
too, bro. He might get upset
Yeah.
here. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Charles Johnson, he's got to win over Joshua Van.
He's got no business being a flyweight being that tall.
He's literally got
Charles
to
Johnson.
knock out over Joshua Van, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
Austin
Going
Hubbard,
down,
Ronzu.
Michelle Pajeda. Yeah, I like that Ronzi one. Austin Hubbard's kind of a goofball, but Michelle Pajeda versus Kyle Dawkins. Dawk is a big underdog
He's at middleweight now.
going into this fight.
Does his brother still fight, or his
Yeah.
brother got cut?
I think his brother got cut, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he always was a little bit better than Chris. Not by much though.
Let's see.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm
none
not
of the
gonna lie.
fights
This
are
card is
just-
a bunch of fucking randoms. Holy shit.
It's for the hardcores. Yeah, it's for the hardcores. They wanna open the Chinese market. So yeah, good luck everybody that tunes in on Saturday, because it's gonna
Oh,
be an
yeah.
early card. That's the good part. We
Yeah, I
get to
got
watch it
some
early. It
learning to
starts
do. I'm always down to learn some new fighters. Shit.
Starts at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
So
Holy
I am not
shit.
getting up till the main card. Yeah, I'm not getting up till the main card.
Who you got for the?
Yeah, dude.
Let's just go over these
Oh,
top
wait,
three.
Hold on, wait. Devon, go back down. 3 a.m. start time for the prelims.
Hey, I mean, I low key wake up at 4 a.m. So
I mean, yeah, I do too, but like it's a Saturday, brother.
let's just do our picks for these top three
man.
then. These Sergey, Just because it's such a boring trash card.
I think Sergey gets a bounce back. I think Aljo beats Ortega. I'm gonna say Johnny Walker, but I kind of also hope he
Hell
gets knocked
no.
out.
I got Zhang knocking out Johnny Walker for sure. Zhang, he's the guy that just finished Anthony Smith, right?
And that's an accomplishment.
I mean, yeah. He's knocking people out. I'm just asking if that was his last fight. I'm not saying that that's an accomplishment in itself.
He knocked out Lionheart, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he probably just blew a kiss at him and he fucking fell over. You're disrespecting my family.
Or he broke into his house. Anyway,
I don't think about it that way. Back on.
Okay, I got Eljo beating
you
Brian
know.
Ortega because Brian Ortega already has his mind at lightweight. He already wanted to go to lightweight, so
yeah, I thought he moved up. What the heck?
he just wants an excuse to, he just needs an excuse to lose so he can go up there. So
Well, at least Tracy Cortez isn't on the card, so
he probably wanted to go up, but then you see the Ilya went up there, so he's like, oh fuck that, I have a better chance of beating Volk. Because he did good in that Volk
Which,
fight.
by the
People
way,
forget.
I kind of want to see Pico against the win or Arnold Allen against. I'm not gonna lie.
Of this?
Yeah, I want to see.
Well, I think
Pico.
Sterling was supposed
Actually,
to Ben fight Arnold Allen, but it just didn't happen.
Yeah,
I think Sterling beat Mozart. That's my opinion. I had Sterling winning that fight.
I do too. I scored that way.
So
And then PFL fights, man. Just real quick, we even got put up the graph you want to, but like Fabian Edwards, Leon's brothers fighting against Dalton Rosta. It's the PFL World Championships. Got middleweights, light heavyweights. Shoeface is fighting. So fight. Bryce Meredith undefeated, fighting my Cuban brother Lazaro Dairon, also undefeated. Alexander Romanov has a job still in mixed martial arts.
what the hell? He's in the PFL now?
Dude, I
didn't even know
he still has a job
fighting.
somehow. Impa Kasaganai fighting Andrew Sanchez. Sanchez 14-8. I don't really care. Carl Williams is still fighting somehow. That guy, I remember him during the COVID days. That was
he was dog. He's dog.
dark
shit.
times. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna lie. Other than that, this card, I like the top. It's top heavy, but we need some MMA to watch because unfortunately, we have a China card, which means it's all gonna be early morning. Typical big boy sloppy fight night card. So.
Hey, so I think that's going to do it for Glove Talk episode 30. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Check out I'm going to pull up our YouTube channel here. Check out the Glove Talk YouTube channel. We try to be consistent here for you guys and try to avoid the Jared Cannonier White Knights. But hey, if y'all want to bring that hate, go ahead. Here's the channel here. We got shorts as well. We got couple 1K view shorts doing decent. We got an Instagram as well, Glove Talk MMA, and Twitter as well. Jose's been taking over the Twitter. We're trying to grow the Twitter because Twitter's kind of big in the MMA space, especially for live tweeting and stuff like that. So that's gonna be Glove Talk for you guys.
Yeah, just wait, boys. I got y'all. The Laura Sanko tweets are coming. The Nina Drama tweets are coming. The Dakota Ditchfoot tweets are coming. Okay, we got to keep it calm for now, right?
People forget, man. He was a marauder.
No, we gotta hit him we gotta leave with the Jared.
I don't think about it that way. Back on.